You'll be in a relationship and have independence. Once you say I do, does that mean your life is over? Or Charlie Simpson from the Arkansas Relationship Counseling Center is here to provide insight on how to have independence even in a relationship. I've often heard some guys who've been married for a long time that said that they have to go to a funeral, wedding, and then they say, what's the difference? Does it have to be that way? A funeral means a wedding means funeral for some guys?
Man, life being over can actually happen if you allow it to happen. And so it is important to be able to say, I got to maintain some sense of independence in order to make sure that I'm okay moving forward. Now, there's a group of people that do extremely well with being able to maintain independence, and I'm not really talking about that group.
Right.
They probably have too much independence. Oh. But I'm talking more about those that give and give and just give and give, and they just continuously give and they neglect themselves. And I call them sacrificers because they sacrifice so much of themselves for other people, and they really lose out on themselves. And so it is important for those individuals to be able to find time for themselves.
So you say they need to focus on me.
Focus on me. And I use the ME as an acronym, and the M stands for make time. And what's important about that is we often, as sacrificers, just push a lot of the other things to the side, or push me to the side, and we just say, I don't have time for myself. And so it is important to be able to say, I have to put things in the schedule to make sure that I'm taking care of me. But one of the biggest culprits to that is when they focus on themselves, they become guilty. And a lot of other people around them, especially in relationships, if you start focusing on yourself and you start giving to me like we've always been doing, then it changes the dynamics of the relationship. I think
you're so used to being served by the other person, all of a sudden they're serving themselves, not you. You're like, whoa, wait a minute,
Exactly, and I see that in a lot of sessions, when those sacrificers say, I have to start focusing on me, it does change the dynamics of the relationship.
But the other person in the relationship also needs to be a part of that too. Yes, you need to take care of yourself.
They need to adjust, and some people can, and it is hard for other people to be able to adjust for that to that person.
So the person needs to make time, but also they need to be given the time too, right?
Exactly. It's about finding that balance.
So for me, first is make time. The E?
Enjoy yourself when you are having independence. And if you don't enjoy yourself, you'll just end up stopping. And when you stop in trying to become independent and find that self-care, you just start becoming emotionally, mentally depleted, and you just start operating on fumes. And I often use the analogy of just running out of gas in the car. I remember years ago, I was getting ready to run out of gas, and I started to panic. I started to become irritable, anxious, stressed. And the same thing happens in the relationship when sacrificers forget about themselves. They begin to run on fumes. They become stressed, anxious, and a lot of the times they're there physically, but emotionally and mentally.
So while you're there, you need to enjoy yourself. Let me ask you a quick question. We're going to have to
go
wrap
ahead.
It up. Did you get the gas? Did you run out, or did you make it to the gas station?
I made it to the gas station on one occasion, but I ran out of gas on another.
I've been there, man. I've run out of gas, I think, twice. And you're like, you were on your way, though.
You're on your way, but you just didn't quite make it.
All right. Charlie, thanks for being here this morning. All right, Alan's going to have, I believe, another Coffee Talk trivia question when we come back because we already answered the first one.